Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ref!
Ready? Ready?
J-Dub! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day here on a spectacular non-football Friday. A few more weeks and we'll be saying it'll be a football Friday, but not quite. Although we do got the USFL or whatever they're calling themselves championship game tomorrow night, or this weekend anyway. Though it is the return, though, the NBA Game 4 finals. Indiana leading it 2-1. We got the return of baseball's best rivalry. Red Sox and Stankies squaring off tonight as well. Bunch of other baseball games, couple of WNBA games. Take a peek, obviously, at the U.S. Open. Boy, the cut line has gone ballooned, and it's a who's who of who did not make the cut. It's great with Rory McIlroy throwing clubs and everything else today. It was a beautiful day. My partner in crime, Mr. Sharapan. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight, bud?
Good to see you, sir. I'm good. It is a football Friday if you're talking about the Canadian Football League, which I'm sure Cam and Gabe will be doing after the show when we're done.
Yes.
So you get us for 90 minutes, and then those guys will take over. Kaufman will pop in to talk about some basketball, most likely. Yankees, Red Sox, early. Another big rivalry game out west, Giants, Dodgers. I got the Cleveland stuff on because Cleveland's playing in Seattle tonight. And saw that number and said, wow, what are we like in that game? And dove into it. We'll get into it a little bit later, but I like Cleveland in that one. What a hockey game last night. I don't even know where to begin, what we left off with. I mean, that was just an incredible hockey game. We had it all. We had a 3-0 lead at home on bad ice. You're supposed to knock that one out, be done, be up 3-1. Edmonton comes all the way back, goes up 4-3. Looks like they're going to do it, steal home ice back. And then what the hell? 20 seconds left, 19 seconds left. Florida scores, and we get the third overtime game in a 4. Scott, can you believe it?
Amazing. I'm watching that game, right? And I'm all ready to rip Bobrovsky. It wasn't a soft goal. It wasn't his fault. But I'm like, oh, man, you got to make that stop, this, that, what have you. And then lo and behold, they score, as you said, in the final seconds. Great shot, upper, shoulder side, an impossible angle. I don't know how he got it in there. And then we go to overtime. And, Dave, we came that close to really cashing our Sam Bennett 33-1 Conn Smythe ticket, because he hits the glove, ricochets, hits the post. If he gets that in overtime, which is obviously the game winner, he leads everyone in goals scored in this postseason, and he's got a game-winning goal, and he's got the most goals in the Stanley Cup Finals. There's no way, as long as Florida won, there would be nobody else that could have won that. Bobrovsky could have pitched a shutout to win games 4 for them. Marchand could have scored 12 goals. It was going to be Sam Bennett. We came that close to cashing. We still can, mind you, but that would have been it. He, no doubt to me, excuse me, he would have, clinched the Conn Smythe, but we all know it didn't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, he would have been the favorite. There's no question about it. So
yeah,
it's that close, right? The series is now 2-2. I still don't know who's going to win. I still don't know who's going to win the series. I really don't. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You got, a very small favorite, only because they have home ice. The Oilers there, -115. So, yeah, great stuff. Saturday night, it'll be on every TV across Canada. It'll be on every TV where there's a hockey fan. It was great last night, Scott, because we got off the air, the game was on, nothing else was on. By the time we got to the third period, everything else was over. So the casuals were watching. Hopefully the ratings say it was good. But tonight we got basketball. Game 4, we got Thunder and Pacers. And are you surprised at all by the spread tonight?
No, I thought it would be a little higher. I will say, I remember we were talking with one of our guests, I forget which one, last night, and I thought this would be 7. I really did. And then when it opened 6, I really thought it would go to 7, just because, OKC, I gave the example last night, they're a 9-point favorite in game 1, they lose, and then they bump it up to 11. As we've seen so many times before, a favorite loses a game, and the boys in Vegas say, all right, the whole world's going to be betting on that team to win game 2. And they end up winning and covering. So I thought the same thing would happen here. You lose game 3, they have to win. Could they win 3 in a row? Yeah, but the sense of urgency is clearly with OKC here. And to me, it's only 6. I'll tell you what, I'm jumping ship here just for tonight. Just for tonight. I did say, I got Oklahoma City winning the series, right? I do. I did say Indiana could win. I did say Indiana was going to cover the 2.5 games, and I said it was going to be a good series and it would be competitive, blah, 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 blah. But tonight, I'm leaning towards OKC. This is the absolute positive 100% moment of truth game. Game 2, bit of a throwaway for Indiana. This is not a throwaway game for Indiana in game 4. If they want to win this series, they know, boy, I tell you what, they would really get a leg up. We're at home. They could win game 4. I just don't think they will. I think this is the one chance OKC has to show me that they're the greatest team since sliced bread, like everyone's talking about. I got a feeling they do. Not by 20 points, but this is their moment of truth, and I think they play well tonight. Love their team total over 116.5, 117.5. I'd be shocked if they didn't get to 120 points tonight.
Okay. Can we get an OKC win but not cover? That's where I'm hovering. I'm in that neighborhood right now. I'm with you. OKC wins the game tonight. Right. Money line. I thought they would win game 3, so I was dead wrong. Tonight, I think OKC wins the game, but I'm not sure if they cover. I really don't know. I think 6 is such a good number. By the time you get to the end of these games, I told you this before with the NCAA basketball tournament, when you get to the end, the numbers are just snare drum tight. They're perfect. This number is perfect. When I see it, you see a lot of action. This isn't like a 80-20%. This is pretty close. I think you're getting a good two-way action. I think books will be fine if OKC wins and covers, was probably the best case scenario.
Right. I've gone back and forth on who's going to cover. I will say, and we all know that OKC now has not covered a road game this postseason. Now the whole world knows that. And the key is to stay in front of the whole world. Everyone was on OKC, then you bet Indiana. Okay, then everyone's on Indiana. Now you kind of lean towards OKC. Now no one's thinking OKC. Everyone's paying Indiana the respect they deserve from the outset. I don't know. I've waffled back and forth. We're gonna SGP, a same game parlay here that I'm gonna include Indiana, but I gave out OKC to the fellas as earlier in the day as a hunch bet. I really love the over. That's the main play. So I just think the whole world now is thinking Indiana is going to cover the spread, and I'm now getting a sense that we're going to get an AAA game at OKC, and they win by 10 to 12 points. Similar spot, right, with Indiana up 2-0 against the Knicks. They lay an egg. They've lost some games, Indiana, at home, where they could have, put a stranglehold on the series. And maybe the same thing happens here. So
I don't think we get any, largest lead of the game tonight for both teams feels like it's less than 10 for a long time. I don't think we're going to get a double-digit lead in the first half.
Right.
I really don't. I feel like they're going to trade, 6-point lead, 5-point lead, 4-point lead, 7-point lead, something like that. I don't think we'll get largest lead of 10 in the first half. As far as Indiana will get some shots when they need to, keep it close. And I think all the pressure 100% is on the Thunder. They have to methodically, play this game. Can't let it get out of control at all.
Yeah. And if they don't, then we'll all have to utter those 5 dastardly words that we all hate to say, but eventually say it, Dave. It may take a day, may take a week, year, decade. Wetzel was right again.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave just getting underway. Hour number 1, half hour later with the half-hour start of the NBA. We had the game time decisions going a little bit longer with Coach and Kevin. Give us a little preview. We are underway early on, 3.5 minutes in. And already, I tell you, 13-10 Indiana on top. So a good fast start. Over-under is up to 234, 233.5. It's going back and forth, Dave. I did see it. It opened up, around 225.5. Then I saw it at 226 and 227, and I saw it as high as 228. So then it came down on FanDuel anyway to 227. But a lot of people betting the over tonight. I do like the over. I especially like OKC's over in particular, but I do think we're going to get a ton of points. I've been saying that since game number 1. 15-10, good start for the Pacers. This was the antithesis of game 3, right? It was OKC that came out fast and was leading early on. In fact, this is probably the first game, now that I think about it, right? Because Indiana was trailing game 1. They made the great comeback early on. They were trailing game 2 early on, and then they were trailing game 3. So this is the first game that I remember that OKC is actually trailing, with a substantial 5 points or so. Yeah, the first quarter.
Yep.
Right.
No doubt. Holmgren just went down going to the lane, but he got back up. It looked like he rolled his ankle. He's fine. It is on pace for an under right now. So the in-game number has come down. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Pumped up, 234. So it's up. OKC Thunder, at what point, now we're watching it, and we're a little bit behind, but at what point does Indiana become the favorite? I think it happens tonight a lot sooner than it has because they're up 2-1, and they're at home. So it's down to 2.5 now, 17-12, 7 minutes left. I'm telling you right now, if they're leading this thing in another 2 minutes, it's going to be pick 'em. They're going to do that 6-point spread pregame, gone. The Pacers will be pick 'em. And if it gets to the 4-minute mark, Pacers are still winning by 4 or more, Pacers will be favored by 1.5. I think it's that quick. Right? I think we're going to see super high fluctuations on the side tonight.
Yeah. You're right. I don't think they're going to be sticking to their guns because I think the public will finally be saying, all right, you know what? We fought this as long as we can, but this Indiana team is actually halfway decent. And I think they're going to be coming to my side of the equation saying that this OKC team is not the greatest thing in the world. I think it's going to take like 4 games for people to say, Wetzel was kind of right. You know what? I got Isaiah Hartenstein and Lou Dort in my starting lineup here. And this is a team that's in the NBA Finals with Lou Dort and Isaiah Hartenstein. Really? And the big 7-footer who can't somehow or another get more than 15 points a game, even though he's 6 inches taller than everyone else on the court. 20-12. I tell you, this is kind of a moment of truth game, right, for OKC. We said that, it's also a big game. Not that SGA has a lot to prove. Listen, he's great. He is. But had a stinker of a game 3. That happens. He's got to bounce back and come up big. I really liked his props today, 33.5, 34.5, win, lose, or draw. I thought he would go for 35. Only has 2 now, just 1 to 3 shooting. Early on, 6 minutes in, but I would be real disappointed. Not surprised, because it's the NBA. I would be real disappointed, Dave, if he didn't go for 30-plus.
Oh, I agree with you. I thought tonight would be his night. I was on with Kevin on GTD, and he had, Sam I Am had SGA rebounds and assists, 13.5 over. And I said I actually like that under because I think he scores more tonight. I think he has to score more tonight. So I don't know. So far, maybe not. What does he have?
2 points.
Double check.
2 points.
That's it.
No rebounds, no assists.
Oh boy. No
and they're
good.
down 8. And there's your number.
Yeah.
They're not favorites yet, but it's pick 'em. 20-12. 6 minutes in the game. Didn't take long to drop that 6.
That's what I mean. You can evaporate like that. Yeah.
If this was game 1, OKC would still be favored, right?
4.5.
Or to be fair, game 3, since it's added in the end.
Well, yeah. No, if it's okay. So yeah, if it was, we saw it. We were on game 3. The reluctance to make OKC the favorite, Indiana the favorite, because OKC was leading, right? And then in the second quarters, when Indiana got it close again, and then they kind of took over in the second half. But OKC was favored as late as the third quarter in game 3.
Yeah.
Until Indiana really got going and started to extend that lead. But I mean, down 8, it's early. It's early, and I said I didn't think we would see a double-digit lead. I think we're going to see a double-digit lead here. If Indiana comes out of the timeout and scores, we already got a 10-point lead.
Wow.
5 minutes into the game.
All right, let me since you're the bookmaker, so let me fast forward twice. First stop is game 5. Indiana leads 3-1. What's the line game 5 at OKC?
9.5.
Ooh, that high, huh?
Well, I think you'll have a debate.
To win.
I think the debate will be, do we make this thing double digits and let them bet Indiana at the beginning, or do we make it just short and see if they take 9.5? Who in the hell is looking to lay if they're down 3-1, right? I already know. I need to know what the dog number is immediately, like immediate price discovery. I need to know, what are you going to take if I give you, because we're going to need OKC to win. I mean, I don't even know what I would make the series price. That's the other question, right? I mean, Indiana has to be a small favorite, up 3-1.
Oh, gotta be, right? All right, let me fast forward again, and we can pick this up on the other side. Take the next step. Indiana wins the championship. We talked about Carolina, for whatever reason, is the favorite, odds-on favorite in the NHL. Give me the top 5 teams or 4 teams in order. Think about it. We'll come back. But think about who would be the top 4 teams. Indiana wins the championship. Would they even be in the top 4 next year? I'm pretty sure OKC would. But where's the lack of respect? Right? Yeah. How far is the lack of respect for this Indiana? How long does it continue?
Wow.
Then we'll get to that when we come back.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave closing out hour number 1 with, you know what, our Black Cloud play of the day. Okay, There you go. Black Cloud put it there.
Yeah, a little delay. That's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's we've had a delay. We're gonna get a delay with this Black Cloud play of the day as well. My bad. I should have given it out before because it did pertain to the NBA game. It's a similar number, so it's not that big a deal. But I do love the over in the points as far as OKC is concerned. Like it for the game as well, but I really like it for OKC. Kind of the same bounce back spot that Indiana was in for Game 3 after laying an egg in Game 2. That's what OKC is for Game 4 after laying an offensive egg in Game 3. So it was 116.5. It's up to 119.5 on FanDuel. I'd still play it because my premise was I'm pretty confident they're going to get at least 120 points. So, and the pace that they're going right now is up and down, back and forth. Both teams, no one's playing any defense. Both are hitting their shots. So, and OKC is trailing, which is even better for our case because now they're not going to sit on the ball and they're going to have to score some points. So, over team points, OKC 119. We'll say 120.5. We'll make it nice and fair. Or 120. We'll call it a push. I would go as high as that. Because I do think they're going to – this to me has got like 125, 120 written all over it. And whether OKC covers, because of fouling maybe, or maybe Indiana covers because of they hit some late shots as they always do. But I think we get some points, and I really like the Oklahoma City team total over, which, by the way, we hit last night with the Bobrovsky saves. I don't know if you saw that or not, Dave, but we got just you talk about being lucky. We got it last night. They pull a goalie, right? He's got 26 saves. They're down a goal. They pull a goalie with 3 minutes left. I'm like, oh, fudge. We lost. Right. I can't freaking believe it. I cannot believe it. Half a stinking save. How? They had so many saves in the second period, right? And then for whatever reason, Florida ices the puck. They have to have a face-off back in Florida's end, so they got to put Bobrovsky back in there. Edmonton wins the face-off right off the face-off. The shot was made, and he makes the save, and boom, we got 27. I couldn't believe it. How great was that?
That's a reminder. Sometimes you get the breaks, right? Everybody remembers the bad breaks and the bad beats and all that other stuff. That was a really lucky win. I mean, again, has to happen exactly as you described it. He was pulled and, dump the puck, icing, line up, get back out there, save, shot on goal. It all worked out perfect. I like the game over. I mean, it's on a torrid pace right now. I mean, the in-game number here is 240.5 for the total.
Wow.
So we're already way, way over the pace. Now, that's going to come down most likely in the second quarter when they start to do the substitutions and all that other stuff. But the game's tied 24-24. So this is perfect for you. OKC 7 of 12 from the field, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Looking good. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say it this early, but that's looking good.
Yeah. Gilchrist Alexander is SGA, still only 2 points. Only 3 shots, too.
Yeah.
Little concerned that Alex Caruso has more points than SGA at this point, but okay. Good sign that Jalen Williams, has got 10 points because he's an enigma. He could go for 25 or he could go for 5. We've seen that this postseason, so he's obviously having a nice little run. So all right, so 24 all. Maybe OKC saying that we weathered the storm. Indiana was going to come out firing.
Yep.
I did like OKC first quarter. I mean, we still got 4.5 minutes left. It's 24 all. I feel like we've been through 3 quarters already, and we still got 4 minutes, nearly 5 minutes left of the first quarter. So unless you're sitting on an under first quarter, your bet's obviously still alive, no matter who you have, if you played that market.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, just based on what we've just seen so far, I don't know who's going to win the first quarter. I really don't. I thought Indiana plus 2.5 was a value play in the first quarter, getting them at home, expecting them to start a little better than they have in the past, which they did, but OKC closed that gap already. So we'll see. I don't know. If I had to guess right now, I would say OKC's leading after the first quarter.
Yeah, I like they weathered the storm here. I think so as well. Take a snapshot of this because you're not going to see it too often this year. Colorado in the 6th inning, a minus 340 baseball favorite over Atlanta. Braves plus 250, down 4-1, top of the 6th inning.
Wow.
Number 2 coming up.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza until 10 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be Cam and Gabe taking over as we watch Game 4 NBA Finals, Indiana and OKC. It's a good one. Just to update the scores and the lines real quickly here. We got OKC, Indiana 27-24. Pacers lead. 3.5 minutes left. Indiana is a 4.5-point dog, and the over-under is up to 237.5. Boy, it's going higher and higher and higher. So with that, let's bring in our first guest of the evening, SportsGrid Radio TV host. You see it here all the time, especially with us here on the grid, Mr. Adam Kaufman. What's going on, Adam? What side are you on tonight? NBA Finals Game 4.
So I am a believer in the Thunder. I didn't want to lay the points, though. I'm sure you guys have talked about this, especially when you like to give out trends. The fact that the Thunder are 0-8 against the spread this postseason on the road. So it's hard to trust OKC to cover the number, but I do have the Thunder. It's probably going to, not because of OKC necessarily. I have the Thunder in a money line parlay with the Braves, who, as you stated in the last segment, are not exactly getting the job done against the Rockies right now. So there's still plenty of time in that game for them to get hot, turn things around, but it doesn't feel great at the moment. But independent of who you paired them with, that was what I thought was the right way to attack this as far as the Thunder. I very much expected to bounce back and get this game out of OKC after losing, knowing that, it's not a literal must win, but you feel like your season's on the line. You want to reclaim home court advantage and go back home, best of 3, and have that, in your back pocket versus going down 3-1 and feeling like, your back's against the wall, season on the brink, all these cliches that you can throw out. So it was just a function of what do you put the Thunder with, whether it's a heavy baseball favorite, a prop in this game. But, I was listening to you guys before, obviously, and, we're getting a nice high-scoring game to begin this thing, which is a lot of fun. the fact that SGA has not been too involved in the offense does surprise me. I liked his over tonight, and so far he's not even sniffing it.
You're right, Adam. I think that's surprising everybody. And watch that throughout the game because, books like FanDuel have that points adjusted in-game number. It's fascinating to watch because it will get to a buy point, and it'll be way lower than what it closed. I'll ask you this. If all of that comes to fruition, OKC wins tonight, does Indiana win another game in this series, in your opinion?
So I really don't know. I was on Newswire earlier with Craig, and we were kind of talking about that. He said, do you like this series to go 7, independent of who wins it? And going in, I felt OKC in 5 or OKC in 6. I wanted to invest in both, get a good plus money price on both, and figure one of the two was going to hit. Because I didn't, truly, I guess, respect the Pacers quite enough to believe that they were going to truly make this a series. I certainly didn't have on my bingo card them being up 2-1 in this. And so, if I believe, as I do, the Thunder ultimately come out of the series winners and champions, then it's okay. Do they win 3 in a row against a team that's already beat them in 2 out of 3, or does it go 7? And I guess I would say the smart money is on 7, independent of who you like, just because these two teams have fought hard. It is this series has exceeded the billing. We could look at like the Oilers and the Panthers, say that series, that Stanley Cup final rematch has lived up to the billing. This series has exceeded the billing. Nobody gave the Pacers a chance to win this series. And here they are, not favorites, obviously. You can still invest in the Thunder pregame anyway at right around what, -250, -260. We'll see what the line looks like after this game, depending on which way it goes. But the fact that Indiana is there, continues to hang around, make life very, very difficult for the MVP, SGA, and that entire Thunder offense in terms of just the way they would like to run it. They've scored a lot of points. They're still at 30. It's not even the end of the opening quarter. But they're not running their offense the way they want to, which is notable. And that NBA-leading defense has looked anything but the way this Pacers team is playing right now. So they are exploiting them in a lot of ways that I just did not see coming. And so, look, it probably does go 7. I don't want to reinvest at this point and bank on that in a literal sense, but I'm happy to just sit back and be entertained. We are getting a fun series.
How about would you reinvest in SGA? His number is 28.5 with 2 points.
Not
that's
yet.
a far cry from the 33, 34.5.
Yeah, I got in at over 33.5, and so you're knocking off, what'd you say, 5 points? So it's not low enough to reinvest at this point in time. If it gets down to, let's say, 24.5, you're looking at 25 plus. That's a buy point on SGA.
Yep. That's a good number. That's what I was thinking in my head too. So who on Indiana do you think has the game? Because they've all had the game, but a little sneaky move, TJ McConnell off the bench. I mean, he's doing some really good things. Anyone in particular for Indiana that you like?
Well, so I just wanted to, look and see who's doing what so far, since obviously we're chatting here. You only have 6 points off the bench, 4 from Obi Toppin, 2 for Benedict Mathurin, who, as we know, went off in Game 3 at the 27 points in 22 minutes. You mentioned McConnell. He had a great game, the 10, 5, and 5 in 15 minutes. I just think in general, as much as like people would expect me to say like, oh, Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, like the stars, right? And Siakam does have 10 points early, but I don't think it is a coincidence. In fact, it's a trend that you could just about bank on in the NBA more than any other sport. The fact that role players in important games at home tend to show out. We saw it again, Mathurin, McConnell, Toppin, all in Game 3. Certainly to a degree, Nesmith, who is a starter, but he's a role player, obviously. Nembhard is a guy that you never quite know what he's going to give you, but he has the potential to pull a Mathurin and go off. It doesn't have to be the top line players, the Siakam, the Turner, the Halliburton for this team to get the job done. And so, I coming in, I went, I was pro Halliburton. I was all about Halliburton in Game 3. I faded Halliburton here in this one. Not necessarily expecting that he was going to be bad. You know, I could talk myself into a points plus assist combo in that maybe he's more of a facilitator, but in terms of straight scoring, the 18.5, 19.5, I went under that because I just didn't think that was necessarily going to be the priority for him to come out hot offensively. So far, so good. He has 3 points, but again, a lot of game left, obviously. We'll see. But they're kind of running things at the moment through Siakam, which has been generally very effective for them in this series. They keep doing that. He's going to get to his 20 plus with ease, maybe even by halftime. And it's just, I can't say enough good things, guys, about the Indiana Pacers. They have just, and that's as someone who came into the playoffs believing in Indiana and thinking that next to Boston, they were the second best team in the Eastern Conference. And even still, they are blowing my mind with what they're doing right now. I mean, it's just, this is so much fun to watch. And the thing that I keep thinking about, even beyond this series, is if they win this one, is it lightning in a bottle, or is this a team that is truly built to contend for the foreseeable future? And look, everyone's going to be back next year, so we may not be done with Indiana.
Yeah, I think both those teams. I posed that
Thunder
question
for sure.
to yeah, right. I mean, they got everybody back. I posed that question to Dave as far as whether they would be in the top 4, Indiana, if they won the championship. We'll get his answer on the other side, but I don't know. We'll see how the lack of respect goes, how far it goes for the Indiana Pacers at OKC. So, yeah. Adam, great job as always. Good luck with your bets tonight. Do appreciate you stepping out because I know you got some things to do tonight. So I do appreciate it, man. We'll talk again soon.
All righty.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Pages. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. So we're after 1 in Indiana Pacers. If you had Pacers money line first quarter, you are a winner as they outscore OKC 35-34. They just tacked on a 3-pointer to start the second quarter there, Dave. So still a slight dog is Indiana, -2.5 OKC. Over-unders up to 240.5. Here's what I think, SGA, they bumped it up to 31.5, but I'm telling you, that's a pretty good number. It's not far off the 33.5, but here's what OKC did in the first quarter. They didn't play him. And because of that, as the time is clicking, you got to lower the number, but he only played 7 minutes. They had 3 other guys play as many minutes or more than he did, including Alex Caruso, the guy off the bench. So I think they read into a little bit of the rhetoric after Game 3 that he got a little pooped in the fourth quarter, and they said, "All right, you know what? We're not going to go too crazy first quarter. You only play 7 of the 12 minutes of the first quarter, and again because of that, he only has 2 points, only 3 shots. But ultimately, I think he's going to get to 30 plus. So he's up to 8 already. Wow, and that didn't take long. He finished the first quarter with 4. And now he's doubled that already, and now his number's back to 33.5. So that 28.5. Every once in a while, you got to look at those things, and they have to lower it, right? Because time is going by, but it's not like he's playing, missing shots, and playing late. He just wasn't playing. So ultimately, he's still going to be on the court for his 35 minutes, and he's still going to get his 35 points.
The last 3 trips, he took the ball, everybody got away, and he went to the basket.
Good.
So.
Good.
It was one of those situations where it was like, okay, I'm out. Now I'm back in. Give me the ball. Get out the way. And, Jimmy Chitwood, whatever you're going to do, give me the ball. I'll make it. So good start there. Maybe 28.5 was the lowest number. I was thinking like Adam, if you could get it to 24.5 and go over that, really like that. But I don't know. Let's swing through some baseball while we're
By the way, can I just say even like high school head coaches back in the 50s were stupid. Like if that is really true, why would you not design the play for Joey Chitwood? He's your best player by far, and you're gonna Jimmy whatever Joey Jimmy John
Joey
Jack. He's your best player. You're going to use him as a decoy in the final seconds? I mean, I read a lot on that. Like a lot of that stuff was actually true. I don't know about the coach and all that other stuff. The biggest misnomer is that it took over a ragabound team. The team went to the finals the year before. This is not like some Cinderella, no one ever heard of this team's story. That they blew out. They actually were really, really good the year before. So that was not true. But I don't know if the coaching thing was true or not, but why would you not design it for
right? At least the player stepped up and looked at him like, "Coach, what are you doing?" And Jimmy stepped up and said, "I'll make it," and he did. And still one of the best basketball movies, one of the best sports movies of all time. I really, really enjoyed it. But happy to announce the Atlanta Braves have tied the Colorado Rockies 4-4. So that's a good thing. Let's see. The Mets are now trailing the Rays 7-5 in the bottom of the 6th. I got the Tigers. They're leading 4-2 over the Reds in the bottom of the 6th, so that's good. You got a pitching battle in Fenway. Red Sox 1-0, bottom of the 8th, 2 out. Wow. Can the Yankees get shut out? Man.
At Fenway Park, no less.
Right.
Well, that you don't see that too often, right? Not too many shutouts at Fenway, especially against the Stankies. 3 hits. Let me see how our starting pitcher, Crochet. Crochet. Yeah, I don't like him, but he's actually done very well. I shouldn't complain. But 7 strikeouts, 96 pitches through 8. Do you bring him out as bad as that bullpen is for the Red Sox? Although Chapman has actually been very good. So the closer, Chapman. By the way, you want to hear a crazy stat? But anyway, Red Sox, I would still take a flyer on the Yankees because as much as I like Alex Cora, something tells me they're going to go to the bullpen. And you know what? You want to give me the Stanks final at bat plus 560 Well, let's see if the Red Sox score because they got the bases loaded. So I was going through real quick. I was going through some of these teams to see, who would be their all-star representative. And I was thinking Colorado, right? And Colorado's got a middle reliever. I was watching one of their post-game shows who's really, really good. So he'll probably be the guy. Doesn't have any saves, but he's got an ERA in the ones. So he would be one.
Okay.
Pittsburgh would be Skeens, right? So the White Sox, I go to the White Sox, Dave. Now, admittedly, they only have how many wins? 13 wins? Let me just double check again.
The White Sox have a few more than that.
Or not 13, 23, I meant. 23 wins, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have any starting pitchers worth a grain of salt, and they couldn't start for Topeka High. So forget about the starting pitching. They got one guy, a catcher, who's not too bad, but he's only played, or maybe it's shortstop. He's only played like 45 games for some reason. So I said, all right, let me check out the relievers. There's got to be a reliever, right? Long story short, I'll give you two guesses. Guess how many saves the leading save guy is for the Chicago White Sox with 23 wins?
4.
Lower.
Lower than 4?
Lower than 4.
2?
2. The most saves they have on their team is 2. I mean, is that not – I mean, I get it. It's only 23 wins, but still, is that not the craziest thing? And 2 is their leading save guy.
Yeah.
Wow. They got one guy with 2,
and that's not
and then 6
change.
others with 1.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, there's not anybody that's taking that job and saying, "Oh, I'm the closer." Right. So, what's the leading guy going to have on the team? 8 saves is going to lead the team.
8, maybe. Whatever you said and done. Probably not even that. Wow. All right, back to the board we go. We'll come back.
Looking for an edge in betting basketball? Injuries can make or break a game. Get insider knowledge from Dr. David Chow and the team of experts with Sick Picks at Sports Injury Central. We reveal hidden health-based advantages the sports books miss. Our doctors provide insights, and our algorithm tells you who to bet on. Spreads, props, totals, in-game bets, Sick Picks covers it all. Go to SickScore.com and sign up for Sick Picks and use the promo code SportsGrid for a free week today.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's go.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Keeping an eye on a little baseball. We got a couple WNBA games, a little CFL this weekend. We'll touch on the U.S. Open here in a bit as well. But NBA, the main focus, obviously. So they got a timeout on the court. Back and forth they go. You said it earlier, David. You know what? You might be true about this. You said you didn't think there would be a lead 10 points or more, and I don't think Indiana got to 10. I saw it at 8, right? 20-12, and then I think OKC hit a bucket after that. So it's 1 point. OKC's lead. Yeah, I don't think so, but maybe when we were talking. But
no.
Point being, it's close, right? No? Okay, so there you go.
Biggest,
so either way,
biggest lead was 9. Biggest lead was 9 for Indiana and 4 for OKC. So, again, a fun game to be the book in taking the bets because you can fluctuate the line back and forth multiple ways, multiple times. Right now, in the TV timeout, you got OKC minus. I have OKC minus 4.5. It's down to 234.5. So it got a little bit sloppy. Got to be honest. I mean, the last 2 minutes has just been like everybody tries to drive to the basket and then no one looks to take the layup. Everyone is trying to kick it out and make a. It's the same thing over and over and over. It looks very sloppy to me. Again, I might be the old man yelling at the cloud, but maybe pull up and hit a 10-footer or just take it to the hoop and go to a free throw line. Good, right? Try something different. It don't have to be a 3, but that's what it is.
It's amazing. It's just don't get me started on the NBA these days, right? It's just penetrate, kick out, go for 3. 2-on-1 fast break. Don't take advantage of that. Kick it back out. 3-on-1. I've seen the guys kick it back out. I mean, it's remarkable. So, so we'll keep an eye on that. Right? I mean, it's just bad. It's why I don't like these coaches. So, Devil Dogs over the Mets 7-5. That's weirdly, I think 5-1, 5-2. Uh-oh. What do you got?
Guess what happened?
Stanky's tied it. I told you. Did I tell you? Although they did leave Crochet in there. At least that's what FanDuel is saying right now. So,
Aaron Judge.
But, don't tell me home run. Are you kidding me?
Aaron Judge, home run. Yep, tie game, 1-1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Man, oh man!
I will tell you, like, why would you be pitching? Don't tell me there were like 2 out too. Let me just check the play-by-play because if there were 2 out and they actually pitched to this dude, I would be very, very upset. There were
1 out. Right?
There was 1 out.
I think so. Yeah.
Ice grounded out to second to lead off the inning.
Unbelievable.
But I tell you, I will say this, my 2, least favorite players, right? As far as current players, Mike Trout and Aaron Judge, and they both just smack the ball around against the Red Sox. They do. I have to admit it. I'm like Pedro. They're, he's our daddy. It's both those guys. If either one played at Fenway Park, I mean, it would be just like it's scary how good those guys would be. So
what a year, though. Seriously, like I mean, I know why you don't like Trout. You've repeated that many times on the show, but I mean, you have to admire and respect what Judge is doing. He's unbelievable, and the hitting for the average is one thing, and all the power and another. Right. He hits in some clutch moments too. So, I mean, I say what you want about his defense, but the guy's an unbelievable baseball player. I mean, it's not even close. The American League MVP number, you might as well take it off the board. I've never seen a number that big. Yeah, in June.
Right. What I don't even know. FanDuel doesn't offer that. Here in New York, what's it like 7-1, 8-1? Is there something goofy like that?
30-1.
Oh, 30-1. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You got to lay 30-1.
I'll give you another. You want a little trivia question? I'll give you might get it. You're a good baseball guy, but you could ask 10 baseball fans. You could ask 20 baseball fans. I don't think one person would tell me who's the second leading hitter in the American League.
Right now?
Right now.
Second leading
I never
hitter
heard the dude.
In the American League. Jose Ramirez? Cleveland?
Nope.
Who is it?
I don't even think you could guess the team. let alone
Oh,
the
wow.
player.
Really? Minnesota?
Yeah. Worse.
I don't know. Tell me.
Oakland A's. Jacob Wilson is hitting
Oh,
366.
wow. Good call.
How about that?
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
All right, Big Game Live returns.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling
Finally.
Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside.
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave checking out a little NBA, some baseball stuff there. Good old Jacob, what did I say his last name was? I don't remember it. Wilkins? I used to know Jacob Wilkins. No,
Yeah.
it can't be. Wilson, that's it. I know Jacob Wilkins. And he's a shortstop, so there's the one less shortstop that's available for the Chicago White Sox. And we're trying to find out who the representative will be. A long time for the All-Star break, but we just like to get ahead of things here on In Game Live. Who will be the White Sox representative for the All-Star? Do you buy into that, Dave? You think every team should be represented? I kind of do, believe it or not. I wouldn't mind adding, 5 more guys, so this way a real all-star doesn't get shortchanged just because the Miami Marlins or the Detroit Tigers or the Chicago White Sox rather has to have a representative. But I do think everybody should be represented there. So
I 100% agree with you. I always said, now you have to remember, I grew up in Pittsburgh when the Pittsburgh Pirates were good in the 70s and then when they weren't in the 80s. And it was always a big thing to see one of your guys get announced at the All-Star game. And then when your team was bad, that's all you had to look forward to. So I think they should maintain that tradition. I think it's important that every team is represented. It's a really cool experience. You've talked to guys that have gone as a guy on a team that's losing 100 games. You still have that All-Star game experience and the batting practice thing now, the home run derby, all of it. I think it's still there's still some cachet to it. There's still some honor in being named and National League or American League All-Star, even when you're on a bad team. So 100% agree with you. But that kid for the A's is going as a shortstop. So
Yeah.
the White Sox are getting the shortstop to go. That ain't happening.
I don't know who, if it's not this Chase Meadroff dude. He's the shortstop for the White Sox. Batting 287. He's leading the team. 2 homers, 9 RBIs. I mean, it would be a crime if this guy really made the All-Star team, right? But there's nobody else. They got Andrew Benintendi on the team, but he's hitting 240. They don't even have like a veteran player that they could. Yeah, Luis Robert, I mean, he's hitting a $187. Yeah, yeah, he does.
Right.
Yeah, he's got steals. You're right. He's got 25 steals. Could you put a guy hitting a $187 on the All-Star team? But they got to pick somebody. I mean, there's no pitchers. Pitchers all suck. I mean, I don't know where you're going to go.
I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. That'll be fun. We'll keep an eye on, like, where's Waldo? Where's the Chicago White Sox All-Star Game representative? We'll try to chart it out and see who can come up.
Braves 7-4. Rockies
like
are gonna.
that.
If they lose this game, they would have lost a 3-run lead against San Francisco twice. Right? They did win a game against the Giants, rallying from 7-2 down. Now they got a 4-1 lead. I mean, you talk about a crazy 4-game sequence for the Rockies. But Braves lead at 7-4, bottom of the 7th. They just scored 3 more runs. So, not bad.
Tigers are up 7-2, top of 7. That's good score for baseball. We'll see if the Red Sox can salvage that game, going to the bottom of the 9th, tied 1-1. Did you see what happened in the Thunder? Did you? Yeah, I do like Cleveland tonight. We'll get to those games here in a second. It was a hard foul by Obi Toppin, and
I saw them reviewing something.
Yeah, so it was a hard foul, but from the era we grew up in, that's just take the ball and go to the free throw line and take 2 shots. But that it stopped the game. It was almost a bench clear. Everybody's chirping, talking, and this and that. It's just another sign that, like, I mean, it wasn't that hard of a foul. It was with intention with his shoulder. He didn't really try with his arm to block the shot, but it resulted in a review and a whole scuttlebutt stuff. If you were on the floor, you'd have said 2 shots, get to the line, let's go. It wasn't that bad of a foul.
Right. Everything now goes to review. You see, college, by the way, announced that they're going to give coaches challenges, which is good. They could still go to review to see, I think, who the ball went off of, but all the other nonsensical reviews that college has is now going to be a coach's challenge. So that's good. That'll hopefully cut down on a lot, because you can't watch a college game anymore, a close game anyway. I mean, they go to review every 5 seconds. It's just nauseating. So
the end of games is tough.
Yeah. All right, so 51-48, OKC leading by 3 now. Over-under is at 230.5. You're going to get 15 more points, right? I would think in the final 3.5 minutes. So it's basically they're giving you a number it's halfway home. That's what I'm guessing. So no real value on that one, I wouldn't think. No. And that lines up to 6.5.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast that all happened. Where it looks like OKC's gonna, I don't want to say, cover the first half. Right? They were down.
What was the line first half? 3.5 or so, I imagine.
3 or 3.5, depending on where you shopped. So it's gonna fall right around the number. We'll see. Let's do the baseball real quick before Cam next segment. There's 3 late night games. I'm wearing the Cleveland stuff. They're playing at Seattle. I like Cleveland. I looked at this tonight and went, all right, 2 struggling teams. Cleveland's lost 15 of 25 over the last month, dating back to May 14th. The Mariners have dropped 8 of their last 9 games to fall below 500 for the first time since entering play back on April 16th. So, and they played the Orioles, the Angels, and the D-backs. So I saw this number and went, okay, yes, Castillo. No, give me Williams. 3-1, 2.70 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's allowed just 3 homers to the 136 batters he's faced in that stretch. Who do you like in that game?
That's a toss-up to me. You know, Seattle 3-11 their last 14. Like you said, both teams really just stinking out the joint. Boy, Seattle was on fire. They were in first place. They were like 5-6 games over 500. I'll take Castillo at home just because they're at home. But, you know,
Okay.
I can see why you like Cleveland, but I'll just side. You basically pick them at home for Seattle. So I'll go that way. How about the big one? San Fran Dodgers, Yamamoto and Webb. Hard not to like the under, but 7.5 is so low. You know, Dodger games all seemingly go over at home. Should be a great matchup. Dodgers are minus 188, 190 favorite. That's a bit. I mean, I get it. They're at home. I get that. But Webb is terrific. He's one of the best pitchers in the National League, if not all of baseball. Plus 160 or so on the Giants. I'll take a flyer on San Francisco at that price.
So these two guys are two of the 5 guys that are in running for National League Cy Young. Yamamoto's second choice behind Skeens. Logan Webb is 5th. The problem here, and I love Logan Webb. I really, really do. And I want to like the Giants on the money line. Maybe them plus a 1.5 is a better bet. Last year, Giants lost both of Webb's starts at Dodger Stadium. Listen to these 3 stats. Freddie Freeman hits .378 in his career against Webb. Mookie Betts hits .417 with 2 homers in his career against Webb. And Max Muncy hits .333 with 3 homers in his career against Webb. That's the middle of the lineup. So, and all of them are 30 at-bats or more. So it's not short sample size. I got that today and I went, oh, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Because I really thought the Giants, I thought it was too high. Dodgers minus 165 would have been the tops for me. So I can't believe it's as high as it is. I don't know.
But that's why, right? That's why. So Arizona Padres real quickly. I'll take San Diego with Kolek on the hill.
Coin flip game for me. I think I'll take the plus as well. I really don't know. The game's going under.
Yeah, which is hard to say in the Arizona Diamondbacks game because their bullpen is so bad. So a little U.S. Open talk, little golf talk, a little hockey talk, I'm sure as well with Cam Stewart coming up next here.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Does a guy like Giannis fit onto that roster if you can make some of those changes?
I just don't see a KD pursuit as being realistic for the Knicks. But hey, if they can pull a rabbit out of a hat, as Leon Rose oftentimes can, I'd go after Giannis in a heartbeat. It's just, what type of package could they entice for the Milwaukee Bucks? And is it a 3 or 4 team trade? It gets a little bit tricky in that regard.
You see the Knicks there with a plus 340 price.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
No one is going to pick Indiana. No one's going to pick Indiana to make it close, honestly. Like, you could get tremendous odds if you pick OKC in 7.
I think that taking the series over 5.5 games, the last 2 NBA Finals series ended in 5. I think this one goes 6. I think the Thunder will get the job done, but I think the Pacers are just too strong of a team and too talented of a team and too deep of a team to lose in 5 or fewer games.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Freddie, Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home! The 228.5 matters!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza on this fabulous Friday. We got the NBA. Just quick, really update the score one more time before we bring in Cam Stewart to join us. 55-52, minute 44 left to go. OKC still a 4.5-point favorite, over under. Back down to 227. As this was in the I think it hit 240, and now it's down to 227 and a half on FanDuel. Amazing. So let's look a little baskets, a little hockey, a little U.S. Open, where the cut line is ballooned to +8 when everything is said and done. How crazy is that as we bring in Cam Stewart, our golfing aficionado? What's going on, Cam? How are you tonight?
Aficionado. 4 of my 7 guys missed the cut. Maybe I need to work on my game a little bit. But then again, Brady and Carr, like the outrights are not where it is. We have to rely on like matchup bets and other things. Rory McIlroy hit a big putt on 18. Then the skies opened up, right? And there's still guys to play. Like they were so slow. There was groups playing 4 or 5 holes left. I got Torbjorn Olesen to make the cut here. And this guy, a monsoon comes out. The guy, like he starts flipping out. He chunks a shot, goes into the fescue, whatever, and like the bunker got wet. I'm like, even Keith Stewart texted me. He's like, what the hell's going on here? I go, yeah, he took a double bogey to miss the cut. I'm like, I'll tell you guys, if you got off the course before that, the heavy rain started, you got a real bonus situation. But as we talked about before, what was the leading score after one round? -4. What is the leading score now? 3. It went backwards. Sam Burns was amazing today, by the way. Like I had him last week, remember, to win at the Canadian Open, lost in a playoff. He went bananas with the 3rd lowest round. Can you believe this, guys? 3rd lowest round in U.S. Open history. Like that's pretty impressive stuff what he did today. Yeah. If you can get one of the other 2 guys.
Do you think anyone's going to shoot lower than that? No one's shooting lower than that the weekend.
No.
Cam,
oh,
right?
God, no.
I don't think
no.
so. It's not out there. No.
They were talking about who's still in contention. The experts on Golf Channel are saying like 4 over. I think 6. I think literally you can come back from 9 shots easily in 2 days. Think about it. If the leader implodes, all these other guys, +1. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take a look at the leaderboard between 1 and 8. It goes -3, and then a lot of these other guys are all over par.
Right. You only had 3 guys under par.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, Scott. All the best guys are at +3 and +4 right now. They're 7 shots back. The Rahms of the world, the Schefflers of the world. These are guys you can get. Scheffler, by the way, I was wrong. Again, I thought that price wouldn't change. It went up. He's 8-1 now. Remember yesterday we talked about 7? He's 8 on my book.
Yeah.
So, and he's still there. He played like junk today and still managed to squeeze out a round with his D game.
And
so,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, Dave? I've been around the block for golf, and I've seen this movie a million times. Literally, a guy leading tomorrow, like say Burns, he can go from -3 to +3. And then maybe the other leader will be -2. Like the low round of the day is probably going to be about 2 under, 3 under tops. Like that's what I'm thinking. So you just can't go backwards here. It's going to be a fascinating finish. And Scott, I know you guys like value. Take a look at the guys in the 3 to 4 over range, and you can get a really nice number because they're definitely in the tournament.
No question. Why the slow play today? Like, what was the issue out there on the course, Cam?
Dave, I'm going to tell you something about the modern day golfer. I'd literally kill them if I played with them. I don't even no, honestly, Dave, I don't take practice swings. I step up and I hit the ball and I go. Have a beer, next shot. Like I don't even take practice. These guys are tinkering on the tee. I'm watching this guy's move. It's like hit the ball. Like what are you doing? He backs off. I get it. It's a hard course. These guys, they said it took 3.5 hours for Tristan Lawrence to play the front 9. That's 7 hours.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's too much.
The course is crazy, but they got to get involved with these timers. They got to put these guys on the clock. This is ridiculous. It's 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm getting ready for the basketball is coming up in the CFL game, and there's groups with 6 holes to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd say not one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They like almost the whole back 9. I'm like, guys, get it together. Like these modern day golfers.
Do you think that's contributing to people not watching golf? I mean, it really takes a long time. I think it is.
Great call, Dave. Why do you think people even are betting on this simulator stuff? It's quick. Like, I will watch it. Brady will watch it. Hardcore. If you're a regular fan, you want to sit through like 9 hours and there's so much dead time. It's just like, what are these guys doing? The bottom line is you got to put these guys on the clock. Learn how to play faster or don't play. Basketball game, guys, I'm on the Pacers again. As I said before, what are we going to do? Dave, you tell me. I'm going to Sharapan Sportsbook. How many people out of 100 walked up and say, I want the Pacers today? Maybe money line. Probably, I would say 1 of 10, 2 of 10.
Money line, yeah, maybe 2 of 10. Yeah.
Because people just assume Oklahoma City is going to kick their ass because of the favorites in the series, and they need to win this game. Well, Pacers are no joke. These guys are hanging around again. I got them +4 in the first half. I had them in the first quarter, and I got them in the game +6. So I hope you guys, I think you guys are you guys on OKC or Pacers?
I am for tonight. I am, but it was small. I'm on their over more than anything else. Yeah,
I did OKC on the money line. I thought they would win the game, but I said that 6 is dangling.
Yes,
they could win by 3. I mean, this could fall right there, and no question, Indiana can win. What a great close to the first half for the Pacers. I mean, they look like they are gonna cover the first half.
They just actually, I can't believe they were down. Yeah. Dave, when we started the show, they were losing by, like, it's right on the number. I got these guys +4 sprinkle money line. They won the first half. They're up 60-57 halftime. Like, the thing is, people just assume Oklahoma City's going to beat these guys down. Have you not seen the Pacers bench? They're good, man. Real good.
You got less than a minute.
Okay.
Sum up the hockey. How amazing was that hockey game last night? And what do you expect tomorrow?
We got Paul Bovey involved last night. He's like, I wish I took the money line. I'm just take the 2.5, Bovey. Relax. We got 3.5. And then when Florida scored, we had a coronary on air. I literally I got dizzy. I almost fainted. I'm like, are you kidding me? Wretch is like, this isn't good. We're in big trouble. I don't feel good about this. I'm like, I don't feel good about this. So they won in overtime. We went bananas on the show. But Edmonton, we got a series now. I will take them at home in the next game. But, man, this has been a classic. 3 overtimes in 4 games, guys. That's why the Stanley Cup is the best. These games have been epic.
And they're going to win? Still buying that, I imagine, right, at this point, Edmonton?
I'm on the Edmonton train, Scott. I can't get off now. It's too late. Even if I wanted to take Florida one time, I'm invested. That's just the way it goes. I think they'll win at home. They got great fans.
Yep. Cam and Gabe in 5 minutes, top of the hour, right into the grid. Thanks, Cam.
Take care, guys.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, you know Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Things that both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Here we go at Oakmont. Let's start with the course. What do we know about this course? How long is the rough, and does course history come into effect for you this week?
The U.S. Open has always been billed as the most difficult test of golf there is on the planet. And I tell you what, it's often labeled as the most difficult golf course in the world is Oakmont.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Cam Stewart, Cam and Gabe at the top of the hour on SportsGrid Radio, SportsGrid TV for the next two. So we are at the half, Dave. Indiana 60-57 over OKC. OKC still the favorite. Despite being down 3, they are reluctant to put Indiana as the favorite. Minus 142 on the money line. I guess they figure they're going to get bombarded with OKC money if they ever do flip that. 228.5 is your over-under, which you got 117 points. So you need, 112 second half? A little bit less than what you got first half. I don't know if we're going to get any defense here, but your impressions of Indiana up 3. Buying into the Pacers yet?
I really am. I just watched that last sequence in that last 3 minutes, and they were down almost the entire second quarter and completely took over the end of that quarter to be leading by 3. Now, the in-game number has Oklahoma City minus 1.5. I know why it's that, because if they come out, get the first 3 points, tie it, and then take the lead again, you have to be ahead of it. But man, if Indiana comes out and takes a 4-point run or 6-point run or something, I can't wait to see what this number is, because you're going to see it again. We talked about it early in the first quarter, how it fluctuates. As the clock is running down, you're going to see the Pacers be 6.5-point favorites quick. It's going to get there. Right. Now, 6.5 will be that point. We were always reluctant to it. Fiddle told us last night that in the last 5 years, 6 is the most common number. Before that, 7 was the most common number that NBA games fell on. So the 6.5, 7.5 was always a point of contention for odds makers. Do you go over? Do you go under? Do you wait? You see what the bets are. This is going to be good. I mean, it won't be as good as the hockey was. I mean, that was just incredible. But this is going to be a very entertaining second half. Lock in, keep SportsGrid on, watch Gabe and Cam. But I'm dialed in. I mean, I'll be watching baseball. Don't get me wrong. I'll have the baseball on, but I will have the basketball on as well.
Yeah. Here's what I hope doesn't happen more than anything else. Gilchrist Alexander has 12 points, 6 of 11 shooting, which isn't bad. That's 24 points. He's minus 11, I will say, plus-minus rating. By far the worst on the team.
Right.
I hope he doesn't go for 24 again and they lose again. And then people start talking about how he's really not that good. Because that's going to be the scenario, right? If he doesn't come up really big today in a loss, that it's like, all right, back-to-back road games and all the stuff I've been saying about OKC being overrated and this and that, it's all going to come to fruition. I mean, if you're the number one guy in the team, you got to step up when your team is down 2-1. You just have to. And if you don't, that's going to be the storyline. Where's SGA? And I hope that doesn't happen, because he's a good guy. Every time I've seen him on TV, friendly, nice, cordial, accolades for the team. He's not a NBA player. He's just the antithesis of that. So I don't want that to happen to him. But that's what's going to happen, Dave. If he goes for 2021 and they lose, it's going to be like, failed again crunch time. So
I don't play again until Monday, because they got to go, they get the travel days. So they don't play again until Monday. So we don't get a basketball game over the weekend. We do get a hockey game over the weekend. Tomorrow night, who wins the hockey game? When we revisit all of this, when we come back, the hockey's not until Tuesday, would be game 6. But who wins game 5?
I think Florida wins game 5. I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm not saying that just because I predicted Florida in 6. I think they're going to be kicking themselves over the next 2 days, just saying how we let that one get away. We screwed up, blah, 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 blah. One bad period, that's all it takes. It's all it takes. But I think Florida goes to Edmonton and wins. They played better on the road this year than they have at home this postseason. Not that they've been awful at home, but, what are they, 10-2 their last 12 road games? I think Florida wins, and I'm guessing another high-scoring game, right?
Yeah.
Or do you buy the under that Pickard's going to be in there?
I don't want to be that guy and say this is the game that's going to go under, because I did that last game. First 3 went under. I said, oh, yeah, game 4 is going under. Florida's going to win. I felt very comfortable, 3-0. No problem. Get this home. Win 4-1. Edmonton changed the goalie. Changes everything. I might be buying into Edmonton by the time the game goes tomorrow by the time they drop the puck. 3-game parlay tonight in the baseball. The games left. Cleveland, San Diego, Dodgers. Who you got?
I'm going San Francisco, Seattle, and I will go with San Diego with you on that one. So
okay.